術式順天青
Hello everyone, my name is Troy and welcome to Maximum Output Training. Welcome to Max Effort Upper. So this day's variation, we're doing a close grip bench press with accommodating resistance with black bands, I guess you could say, wrapped around once or double, depending on how you look at it. Not too sure what the total resistance is at the top, but I'm guessing around 60 to 100 pounds. But in the grand scheme of things, it really doesn't matter. It's just the accommodating resistance I'm going for. And I know in my dynamic effort day, I said I don't really play around with accommodating resistance, but on max effort days, I tend to every 4 weeks or so, just to kind of like change it up, change the stimulus just a little bit. That's what max effort day is usually about, is just changing the stimulus day in and day out on those days. So got my warm-ups in with close grip. My top set or max effort so far is 180. So I'm gunning for around 185. So that'll be roughly, we'll say 240 at the top. But yeah, let's do it. Feeling pretty good. Slept pretty well. Sleep is starting to get better once again. I think I just go through waves when it comes to like the weather and the season. But I've always had bad sleep. Regardless, let's hit this warm up. I don't know, I might do like singles all the way up to maybe 5 reps. See how I feel. All right, threw 135 on, 1 plate per side. Now, when it comes to accommodating resistance for me to work up to my top set, it gets a little wonky just because I have to take into account the accommodating resistance. So it always throws off my warm-ups and stuff and leading up to the top set. Because a couple weeks ago, I took too many warm-ups or too many sets to get to my top set where I actually guillotined myself. Fuck! It shouldn't have moved that way because I know like how I've warmed up in the past. I should have like actually beat that max effort. So what I did was, which I suggest you don't do, is rest for another 7 minutes and reattempt it.
That's how it should have fucking moved!
And I actually got the lift, which I'll probably show both clips somewhere here. But yeah, I was not happy with how it moved. I don't know. Maybe it was just like a mental thing that day, but regardless, I think when it comes to accommodating resistance to work up to my top set, I'll take less sets and kind of use my warm-ups that I would for straight weight to work up to my top set. But I still have to take into account the accommodating resistance and to keep that consistent, because if you wrap it once or twice or however you wrap it, keep it consistent, and then you kind of have the same gauge as you try to go and beat your top set. So 135, I'll probably do 1 to 3 reps, depending on how I'm feeling. I already started to belt up and stuff like that because it is an extra 60 to 100 pounds at the top. But I hope I get 185. If anything, I hope I beat it. But anything over 180, I'll be happy with. Let's do it. Okay, that moved pretty well, even though it was only 1 rep. With 135, I think I'll either jump to 145 or 155 and then kind of coast there. Because if I do my regular jumps, it kind of like screws everything up. So, all right, 155, feeling good. I have a feeling I'm gonna beat 180 today. So let's do it. Let's just dive right in. Felt pretty good. I think I'll go up to 165, then 75, and then put 185 on. And then I'll probably call it there. I don't want to push accommodating resistance too much, but 5 pounds is 5 pounds. I'll take it. Time to rest. See you next set. All right, we are starting to get into the realm of max effort, relatively. Maybe I got like 3 sets left in me. 165 on the bar. Starting to rest around 5 to 7-ish minutes. I'm really starting to lean towards the 5 to 7 minutes versus the 3 to 5 minutes that I usually used to do on bench, especially for max effort day. So usually on my max efforts, squat and deadlift is 5 to 7, usually around the 7. And then bench is between 3 and 5 minutes, but usually it's around 5. But lately, I've been trying to like even everything out and just keep it 5 to 7 minutes. Especially with bench, I feel like if I rest a little bit longer versus the 3 minutes, between the 5 to 7, I tend to actually hit my max efforts a little bit harder. Like I said, it's rest time, so resting for 5 to 7 minutes helps a lot, especially with accommodating resistance. I know that if I rest for the 7 minutes, I tend to hit it and beat my previous record. So 165, resting between 5 to 7 minutes. Let's do it. I'm gonna smoke it. Let's do it. Ugh. Okay, that one felt a little weird. I put it too low on my chest. Put it relatively like almost where my ribs are, and I'm trying to go just a little bit lower on my chest, but I went too far out. So that kind of like slowed it down. And I tried to do a mini pause at my chest versus pausing like competition style and then firing up. The idea is just to move the weight. Because if you pause, you kind of lose momentum going up. Obviously, because of accommodating resistance. But I don't know, it's just, you don't have to do that. It's just what I do. Kind of like a mini pause or touch and go, I guess, but not a bounce and go. Touch and go is very different from bounce and go, where bounce and go, you kind of sink into your chest caves in, and then you kind of just fire up, whereas touch and go is just like boom, boom. So we'll see how that goes. 175 next, and then I'll kind of like figure out from there. See you then. All right, 175. This will probably be my second last warm up, second last set, and then I'll throw on my top set going forward. I kind of realized that, especially on my max effort days, when it comes to going up for my bench and setting up for my bench, actually, I tend to try to keep everything consistent. But as soon as I break that consistency of my setup or my ritual in a way, it throws everything off. So I'm really trying to break that pattern, especially when I get up to my top set. Of course, like everybody, as soon as you get up to your top set or your PR or you're maxing out and going balls to the wall, you do get nervous. You do get these like feelings of anxiousness because, well, it's a weight that probably most of you haven't played around with. But when it comes to, for me anyways, when it comes to my top set, I've hit these weights before in a previous life, I guess you could say. It's just more of a mind game, especially with accommodating resistance, because you don't know how everything is going to go. So I guess that kind of like throws off my setup and my ritual in a way, but I'm really trying to get my head on straight in a way and stop that, stop that pattern in a way. Because when I kind of go back onto my traps in a way and I come down, I start playing with like, oh, I'm not even. And then I kind of go like this and fix, and then that kind of throws it off. So I'm really trying to dial in my setup, and then I can play with my hands because I set up my hands last, and then I kind of like, and then that kind of feels good. But 175, let's fucking do it. Woo! That moved a lot better than 165 in my opinion. Everything just felt good. Like I said, trying to keep that consistency for my setup and my ritual. So we're slapping 185 on, and I'll probably call it there because I try not to go above and beyond, especially on accommodating resistance. And I'm really trying to back off going balls to the wall on my top sets for two board when I go for that. So anything straight weight, I kind of try to push it a little bit more because it's more raw, but because I can just carry it over for accessory stuff, and then I could just play and then kind of ramp that up. But yeah, we're doing 185, probably call it there, see how I feel. Who knows, maybe I'll chip it. But yeah, 185, let's do it. I'll see you there. I'm gonna rest about 5 to 7 minutes again, and let's hit that top set. Okay, here we go. We made it. Top set, 185 pounds with black bands, accommodating resistance. The color of the bands does not really matter. It depends what you have access to. This will probably equate to red mini bands But I think these are just like the smallest at my fitness depot or whatever. Feeling pretty good. 175, I was actually really happy with how that moved. I think I got my leg drive down, literally. No pun intended. But yeah, let's do it. Top set, 185 pounds. This will be a lovely 5-pound, I guess, PR in a sense. Let's do it. Woo! Got it! Almost got away from me there. Woo! That was scary. See, if you probably saw, probably won't even show it. But as I set up, I locked in. Try not to use that phrase. It's so weird. Anyways, I tried to lock in my setup, and then I kind of shifted because I thought I was uneven, and that kind of threw me off because I usually try to come out and back a little bit, but I came like diagonally as I try not to do these days. So yeah, 185, calling it there. Now we on to barbell accessories. Top set over and done with. On to my first accessory, usually a barbell accessory. Actually, it's mostly always a barbell accessory, regardless of the day. Competition grip, feet up, bench, sets of 5. This will be my last set. Nice and easy, trying to focus on pausing on the chest. No leg drive, just to kind of focus more on upper body, really build up my pecs while using a barbell. I just like to use it. It's nice, fun, different variation, but I've been doing feet up press for the last 6 months. So it's just different instead of just doing a straight bar with leg drive. Just build pecs and everything else, trying to keep some specificity within my bench grip, regardless of the 3 grips that I use. So we're gonna hit this, sets of 5, focusing on pauses, no leg drive, and then we move on to the bodybuilding stuff. All right, that's done. Luckily, it's only the first week of this pendulum wave training cycle. So everything has been dropped back down to what I was doing either the last week or the start of the week. So now we have some bodybuilding stuff. Catch you for that. I don't know how many accessories I'm going to show because, like I said, it's boring just to see all my accessories, especially if I go over like 4 reps. But I like the singles and stuff like that. Yeah, catch you then. I'll clean up first, and then we're on to our first bodybuilding accessory. All right, first barbell accessory done. Now we're on to the bodybuilding stuff to get aesthetic. Rolling with or rocking with dumbbell flat press, 70 pounds for sets of 8. So just trying to keep some specificity within the barbell core 3. It's nothing specific as long as it tries to build my pec, my front delt, and my triceps, and to translate to having a bigger bench press, I'm okay with that. So how I kind of structure my accessories besides just attacking the weaknesses, actually that's pretty much the essence of it, is to attack my weaknesses, to get stronger at the lifts, and then as a result of that, I may or may not build some muscle and get bigger and become bigger because of that. So the idea is to be strong at the core 3, perform well, of course, having quality of life, life balance and all that, and then worrying about what my physique is. So having aesthetic pleasantries, I guess you could say, is not on the goal and hasn't been for like the longest time. Yes, I did get lean and got a little bit shredded, but that was more of a goal for me, see if I can get down to that type of body fat. But right now, I just want to squat over 4 plates again, bench over 275, and deadlift over 500 pounds again. And I'll do that by any means necessary without getting super fucking fat again. And by super fucking fat, I mean get to almost 200 pounds again. But then I was also injured at the time, and it was COVID. But regardless, I want to be the strongest person I can be to the core 3 at a lower body weight and maybe slightly body fat percentage, but become the strongest at that. Who knows? Maybe I'll compete again, but I got stuff to do in the summer. Let's do it. Bodybuilding. Sets of 8. Really trying to focus on form and technique as always. Slight control and slight pause at the bottom. Yeah, trying to be controlling the eccentric. Slight pause, maybe a little bit longer pause at the bottom. Last set. Here we go. Let's do this.
We're on TV, just like in Pokemon. You be a Pika girl in the poker world. Just like
Felt pretty good. Thank God that was my last set. Starting to get tucked out there. But I also rested longer, so that's probably why I felt a little better. Moving on to pull-ups. Probably won't show that because I still believe showing accessories over sets of 5 is boring. So I'll catch you in the next accessory, whatever that may be. Yeah, see you then. Hopefully you guys are enjoying this type of workout vlog versus like the big summary at the end of the week where I actually have to film all 4 times and then do a voiceover, where this is just on the fly, sort of uncut and raw. But yeah, I'm enjoying it. I actually like to do a side. It's a little bit easier for me. Where I can just mic up, record, push record, and just do it on the fly. It's fun. Hopefully you guys are enjoying it. Catch you in the next accessory, whatever that may be. Most of my accessories are finished. Finished up all my back stuff. Did some lateral raises. Now we're on to some arm training. Gotta get the guns right for summer, whatever. Gonna finish off the video here probably. Gonna finish or start barbell skull crushers sets of 16. So I kind of played with it last week. Last week I finished off with 15 reps at 55 pounds. This week we're doing 16. Next week we'll probably do 17 and then 18. Then a deload, and then that'll be hopefully have a nice carryover to my competition bench. Anyways, really trying to build up my triceps, get them big, get them strong. Hopefully it has nice carryover to my lockout because my lockout is garbage. So let's do it. So when I do my skull crushers, I used to do it overhead or to my forehead, but it was really nagging at my elbows. So this time it kind of looks like a JM press where I kind of lower it, push my elbows, and I kind of lower it to my chin, roughly my lip. And I can feel like the actual stretch in my triceps as I go down. Nice pause and then fire up. And then towards probably the 3rd set, the end half of that, my elbow starts to give out a little bit. Not in terms of it actually just gives out. I can feel it like something's wiggling in there, but feels good. I've been doing these for quite a bit. So when I dropped the weight and really focused on slow eccentrics, I felt like my elbows start to get a little bit stronger in the joints, if that makes sense. And I didn't feel as much nagging pain. But obviously, as you push it a little bit more, elbows, joints start to hurt a little bit. Other than that, let's hit this. I'll talk to you afterwards. Woo! All right, I'm gonna call it there. Gonna finish my last sets and then move on to some biceps and some dips, and then that'll be my training day. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Comment, rate, subscribe, all that stuff if you wish. And I'll catch you guys in another video next week, or I have another special video that I might put out this week. So hopefully that will be nice and informational for you. Probably not a training vlog, but yeah, I'll catch you guys next week or this week. Who knows? I'll surprise you. Until you guys hit subscribe, you'll find your subscription box. Have a good day. Peace.